Finally, NFL DFS has come back to the DFS Deli. Broncos Nation, let's ride. To the DFS Deli. I am the proprietor of this delicatessen, Sully Ali Shahid, and we are back in the deli with the full staff, getting ready for DFS Week 1 main slate. Redraft season is done. We are ready to gamble our hard-earned American dollars, and in the case of Baker, waste our hard-earned American dollars on gambling on this beautiful thing we like to call DFS. If you haven't joined us for our show before, we are covering the main slate of games here on this early descent into Week 1. This is done on a Wednesday night, the day before opening day, between the Rams and my pick to win the Super Bowl, the Buffalo Bills. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Week 1. Core plays. Now, what we do here on the main menu here at the DFS Deli is we go over our core plays position by position, and we get to go on the round table, the DFS Deli round table, and get each of our deli mates' takes on who they are targeting for the Week 1 slate. Guys, it is so good to have you guys back in the kitchen. Baker, my son, my newfound son. How the hell are you tonight?
First of all, I'm not your son. Let's we're not getting started on that.
Come on, Dominic.
We're not getting started on that, because if I'm Dominic, I'm about to clothesline the hell out of you next time I see you.
Respect.
I'm very well. I appreciated the Rock reference in your open. I appreciated the Russell Wilson, let's ride. I appreciate the fact that finally Studer has gotten over his technical difficulties and found
That's
all of his,
actually yet to be seen.
And found all of his equipment. We at least know he's found his equipment, because last time you and I recorded, he was searching for his equipment for 10,273 hours. So, but yeah, I'm excited. Like I'm pumped. Can't wait. Bart Scott voice.
Yeah, it's kind of like if Saturday night is Christmas Eve, then I would say tonight is like day 6 of Hanukkah, because like we get to open a big present tomorrow, but the actual holiday, the holiday that most people celebrate, is on Sunday when we hit that main slate. Chill, welcome back. How you feeling, baby?
Oh, just here. It's nice to have a good father and son duo.
Oh my God, you shut your damn mouth, Chill. You shut your damn mouth.
I mean,
we're not doing this all season. We're not. We are not doing this all season.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, and just gonna hit y'all with the. It's just ready to dive on in.
Yes,
that was a very dark dive on in for the record. Like that was super dark. I don't know where you just went for that one, Joe, but that was crazy dark.
Yeah, I feel like that's like more so for the Saturday show when like we get into more contrarian talks and like off the wall plays.
The fat chick at the bar.
Dive on in.
Oh, yes, the fat chick at the bar.
Yeah, we gotta get the chill fat chick at the bar takes. I mean, I can't have the deli without the fat chick at the bar.
I mean, it's become a staple at this point. Let's be real.
Absolutely. Studer, as you text in the group chat that you are back, let us know that you're back. How you feeling?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey. All right. We're good.
His equipment works, for the love of God.
That's what Presley said last night too.
So sad.
Has she been waiting for the equipment to work? Because we sure as hell were.
That EV sneaks up on you.
But yeah, the equipment works, and Chili, I appreciate the dive on in shout out, but that was really, really like dark. So
it's okay. Sometimes we need to get dark.
Yeah, that Anywho,
So many different places to go on that one.
that there
so
is.
many different places.
It does feel good to be back. And Sully, I'm going to piggyback on your. I'm going to say tomorrow is Christmas Eve because it gives you that little taste of what's to come. And then I think Sunday's Christmas morning.
Yeah, you're
I mean,
definitely not wrong about that. Definitely
I
not
hope
wrong
there's not a
about
lot of
that.
religious people out there, but I'm pretty sure the first NFL Sunday of the season is more important than Christmas. Just saying.
I'm not gonna disagree with that. To
And
be honest,
I'm a Christmas person.
fair,
So
fair. All right, before we get into our plays for week 1, we go position by position. Let's dive into a couple noteworthy things that are happening around the NFL that could affect this Sunday's slate. Alan Lazard dealing with an ankle injury, questionable for Sunday if you were targeting that late slate for that Packers game. And we got the Lizard King himself, the guy that literally only puts up DFS points week 1. Sammy Watkins could be an option. Little Samuel. Alan Lazard can't go. Michael Thomas still recovering from his injury. We don't know the status of his Sunday quite yet, so he could affect the slate when it comes to that Saints game. Maybe Chris Olave gets a little chalkier, and we can open up some cheaper options as well on that receiving depth chart. And then the running back situation in Baltimore, still cloudy. We know that Baltimore signed King and Drake to kind of provide an insurance policy for the recovering J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins questionable for Sunday's game as well. Juicy matchup, but as we've seen from the Ravens running backs, I don't think you can trust any of them, regardless of who plays. But if J.K. Dobbins is healthy, quote unquote, I still would be, kind of skeptical to even play him or any of the running backs. So that's probably a void for me. And now we also have George Kittle, who did not practice today, dealing with a groin issue. So a lot of a few, I should say, not a lot, a few key names popping up on the injury report this week. So I don't know how that's going to affect the slate, but if anything, it could open up some cheaper options for us to go through as we're selecting our players that we have interest in this week. I say we jump right into it, position by position breakdown. See who we like at each position. Baker, I'll go ahead and kick it off with you, actually. And we'll start, like we always do, with the quarterback, the signal caller. Who are we targeting this week?
I mean, typical dad letting his son go first.
Chill. The crazy thing is, hold on, before I tell you who I'm interested in, Chill, I literally brought you back something from Florida. It's currently residing in my bedroom as we speak. And this is how you treat me. I brought nobody else a gift back from Florida. You are the only person I brought a gift back from Florida, and this is how you treat me.
Baker.
Yes.
Just provide your takes.
Hey, Sully, real quick. What's another term for jump right into the slate?
I don't know why you're asking me. You should be asking Chill.
Asking for a friend.
Is your friend's name Chill?
Baker, I appreciate the gift. Why don't you give the listener the gift of your quarterback takes?
I mean, it's not even the gift. It's just the correct answers to the test. One of the biggest people that I'm on, and I think a lot of people will be on this person for obvious reasons, because the new Call of Duty is not out yet, is Kyler Murray. We all know that once Call of Duty comes out, his, fantasy production takes a dive. So get him while you can. And do I really need to say why? It's one of the highest over-unders, fast-paced game, blah, 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 blah. Kansas City can't stop anything. And he also offers a bunch of upside with his legs. Cool. With this news of, J.K. Dobbins being out, we feel like Baltimore wants to get back to running the ball. But if they can't, I think it's just going to be like the Lamar Jackson scorch the earth again tour, like he started off last season. So Lamar definitely has to be in play. Studer's boy Justin Herbert always has to be in play, especially with once again one of the higher over-unders on the slate. So those are three, I'm saying, more expensive options that I would definitely be looking at come Sunday.
Baker, allow me to poke a minor hole. Actually, it's not even poking a hole. It's questioning what we are going to do with Kyler Murray, actually, because yes, one of the highest over-unders on the slate, but who the hell is he throwing the ball to? 40-year-old AJ Green? A chalky rendezvous? Like who else? Where's Zach Ertz? If you haven't heard, is gimpy as well. He's questionable for the game, so he might not even have his core tight end. Like who is this man throwing to? And is it going to be all with his legs? Is that where we're trying to get at?
I mean, it could be DeAndre Hop. Maybe it'll be
Oh,
Christian Kirk.
oh,
Does he still have Max Williams? Is he on the team?
I don't know if Max Williams is on the team, but I can tell you who is Andy Isabella.
You can't throw to Chase Edmonds.
Oh,
like I don't. If Rondale Moore ends up being chalked, like obviously that's a like I can't believe Rondale Moore would end up being chalked. That just sounds crazy to me to begin with. But but the play would be Hollywood Brown then. Like he still has Hollywood to throw to.
all right, fair. And I won't poke any holes in your Lamar Jackson thing. I think this is going to be the Lamar Jackson FU tour. Yeah, I can definitely see.
It's like Baltimore, y'all didn't want to pay me. I'm about to show you why.
Facts, big facts. So yeah, I definitely I like those plays.
I also saved one Hurty quarterback for someone else.
Chill. Would you like to elaborate on the reference?
I mean, it is the third highest projected point total on the slate, right? That game, Philadelphia, Detroit.
It is. It's number 3.
I mean, like I think ownership on quarterback this week is going to be pretty spread out. I mean, you probably have Patrick Mahomes is probably gonna, I think, lead in ownership when it's all said and done. So I mean, any one of these quarterbacks is going to be pretty viable. I mean, Jalen Hurts, like Baker said, I love Jalen Hurts this week going up against the Lions. He's got some pretty easily paired up targets you could pair him with. I think as you're looking at some of these quarterbacks, I love the Lamar take. And then, as you get down here, if you're looking for quarterbacks that might be lower owned in these higher total games, you're probably looking at somebody like Derek Carr or Aaron Rodgers. Derek Carr has some pretty pairable stacks with them. Aaron Rodgers, good luck.
I just said, I just say that like 2 minutes ago? You got the Lizard King, Sammy Watkins. He only scores DFS points in week 1. If you're going to play anybody one time throughout the DFS season, it's Sammy Watkins, okay?
And then, I'm not, I mean, I've said this since the start. I'm not against Trey Lance this week, especially if his ownership's going to be this low.
Ugh.
I just threw up.
Against the Bears? Ugh.
It's the right matchup, though. Like, we have to give the credit there that it is the right matchup for him to go off.
Trey Lance playing football is not the right matchup.
I take it you're not a Trey Lance fan, Studer.
Yeah, but his coach is.
God.
Is his coach not good at making quarterbacks look good? And was it Matt Schwab, an MVP candidate with Kyle Shanahan? Matt Schwab? Okay.
That's the white Michael Vick to you?
Just saying. Sometimes it doesn't matter if the quarterback's good. If the coach can make him look good, then...
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
It's all about scheme and fit.
And the Bears are going to be a team we target a lot this year as they are just a complete dumpster fire.
Mm-hmm. But they just play so slow. I mean, like, I need my quarterbacks to be in a back and forth, fast-paced environment. And I am so scared that every Bears game is just going to be the most deplorable thing to watch on the damn planet.
Here's my bold call for the season. Like, Darnell Mooney will be the garbage time king of fantasy, period. He won't start scoring fantasy points until the fourth quarter when the Bears are getting blown out by 30. The Bears won't be able to stop anything. Like, they play slow. That's all fine and dandy. They're going to have to speed up when they're down 21 in the first quarter because that defense ain't stopping a nosebleed.
That definitely remains to be seen. I'm scared. I'm scared.
surprised Baker ain't out here touting, Justin Fields. With Matt Nagy gone, you think Baker would be all over the Bears, and he literally just torched them into the ground.
I'm talking about their defense. I did just somewhat
No,
talk
you didn't.
I did just talk up Darnell Mooney.
You
crying out loud.
You called him the garbage time hero. That's not talking him up. That's a backhanded compliment.
But you do.
It really is.
Hey, chill. You know who I'm not going to talk up all year? The Chiefs, because Matt Nagy's their OC or not
So
OC. Quarterback coach.
Baker. You better not play one Chief at all this year.
I already told you. I already told
not
you.
At all. No Chiefs.
I'm playing at tight end. I already told you.
Why are you playing? It's Matt Nagy, Baker.
I'm not playing Pat Mahomes. I won't play. I will not play Pat Mahomes once this year because of Matt Nagy.
Just like I've been asking you, how much like equity do you have in Zeke? None. Okay.
I have plenty of equity in Zeke.
Get out of here, Baker.
A screenshot life. I will screenshot and send it to you. You want to call me out for my screenshot life? I will send it to you. I got plenty of equity in Zeke.
Get out of here, Baker. Can we get Studer's take on quarterbacks?
Studer, signal callers.
I mean, there's really not much else for me to say. You guys pretty touched on all the major ones. I'm not obviously, you guys know him from prior podcasts. I'm not a big Lamar Jackson fan, but Lamar Jackson's breaking the single game rushing record Sunday. So that's one.
Well, wow. Just starting off with bold calls. Wow.
Hot take
alert.
I don't know what else they're gonna do. Like, they might as well just call like Musa Smith and Jamal Lewis back.
Okay, listen. While I don't agree with that hot of a take for Lamar, I still feel like he's going to have a very stellar game, especially with his legs, given the running back situation they have in Baltimore and the opponent, which is, the New York Jets. So, I mean, there's that.
I really don't think he's going to break the single game rushing record. But if I had to put money on him going over 100 rushing yards, I would easily take that bet. Like Baker said, I do love Justin Herbert. They showed Justin Herbert his stats against the Raiders last year, and if he played the Raiders all 16 games, he would have every passing record for a single season. Like, he just eviscerates the Raiders. So.
Didn't he lose to the Raiders in week 18?
Wins and losses don't matter in fantasy football. It's the stat.
He's not wrong.
I'm also really, 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 really big on Jalen Hurts this year. Like, really big. And
thank you.
I mean, one of my bold predictions is I think he's a top 5 quarterback.
Thank you.
That's not even bold.
Top 5 fantasy. Kind of.
I'm the one that said he's going to be an MVP candidate. So
that's bold. I mean, top 5 is not bold.
I'm not going to disagree with Sully. If the Eagles have a good record and win the NFC East, that's completely a viable prediction. Yeah. Besides that, I mean, my QB core is going to be small. I mean, Lamar is going to be chalk. Herbert's going to be Ertz. I just can't play Kyler Murray. I can't say his name. I have to be politically correct and not say his actual name on the podcast. But yeah. I don't know if I had a dart throw. I mean, is anybody talking about Jameis Winston versus Atlanta? No.
I mean, Jameis Winston's always in my player pool, Studer. You know this.
Like, dude, on Fanduel,
I think that would be a Saturday take.
This is why I didn't mention him tonight, Joe.
Oh, this cash. Oh, that's right. Cash.
No. Listen. Let me preface this. Let me preface our entire podcast with this. Our podcast is based around tournament strategy. Okay, let's put that big asterisk about our takes. We are talking tournaments. We can say cash game plays and all that crap. Cash games are for pussies. Okay, if you want to play cash, that's great. You just take the highest owned players, you put them on the same roster, and then you walk away. I am trying to build teams to take down GPPs. Large field, small field, single entry. I don't care. This is what this podcast is based off of. So we get into the deep, dark plays on Saturday night, but that doesn't mean they don't need to be mentioned right about meowish. Okay, so if you got a hot take, go ahead and throw that out there because I am down for it. So any listener that thinks they want to play cash, you can go find another podcast. because this ain't the one for you. However, if you're trying to win some dough and get up top to those tournament lineups, that top 1% that we're striving for, then these are the plays we're talking about, okay? So I say that to say this. Are we just not going to talk about the biggest revenge game on the damn slate? Are we not going to talk about Joe Flacco versus the Ravens? Are we not? Are we just going to ignore that Joe Flacco is the starter this week? I know there's not another revenge game that I give a damn about. So,
I mean,
Joe Flacco,
the other revenge game that quarterback's going to win. No, we're not playing Joe Flacco, Sully. Like, we're not getting that.
Hello.
I can get grosser than Joe Flacco, though.
You can grosser than Joe Flacco?
I can get grosser or equally gross.
I mean, I'm sure you could, but there's obviously statistically worse quarterbacks. But
no, because he hear me out on this one. Can I convince you to play some Marcus Mariota this week?
No.
Yes.
All right. Got one yes on the group. Yes, I'm so happy.
49 no's and one yes.
It's still a yes. Well, hear me out on this one. Out of all the quarterbacks on this slate, Lamar, Jalen Hurts, and then I could say Marcus Mariota versus anybody else on the slate has the most leg upside, and that includes Kyler. His stacking options are the easiest of possibly anybody on this slate. It is literally Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and walk the hell away. It is a stack that's literally nobody except for my dumbass will have. And you've immediately flipped a build if Atlanta does anything, because one, the Saints defense will be popular, so now you're gaining leverage there. Two, you are literally just running laps around anything if that stack somehow goes dumb at 1:00. And it also allows you to fit the Jonathan Taylors and the rest of the, high price running backs and other chalky players if you want to play those with those guys, because none of those guys for Atlanta are expensive. It's the cheapest build that you can make, pretty much.
I don't know, man. Davis Mills, Brandon Cooks, and Nico Collins looks pretty stackable to me, too.
I would just rather play Trevor Lawrence.
All right, chill right now. Prop bet. I'll take Davis Mills versus Trevor Lawrence right now.
Book it.
Yes. Got my first prop bet. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Baker, if you want Marcus Mariota against Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, you can put me down for that one, Chill.
I mean, Lord knows that lineup's dead at about 115, but if you want
it. Wow.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Wow.
He's not wrong.
Marcus Mariota's about to go nuclear. Marcus Mariota's about to break the slate on Sunday.
What do you think? He's week 1 Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Pretty much.
I mean, the matchup is there, right?
I mean, it's the matchup of the number 1 and number 2 picks of their respective draft going at each other. Just saying.
How the mighty have fallen.
so far. So far.
All right, before we move on to running backs, I'll elaborate more on the Saturday show because, it's based off ownership. That's how you get to the top of these tournaments. There's nothing wrong with playing chalkier guys as long as you mix in some of these low-owned guys. But if you start with the quarterback position, you're naturally diversifying your lineup from others. All I'm saying is that I don't care who he's throwing to. Aaron Rodgers is still a bad man, and he plays the sieve of a defense known as Minnesota. So, yeah, you can sign me up for that like every day of the week. I'm chasing Minnesota the entire year.
As you should.
Sully, that was my last QB take. I was saving that for Saturday. I don't think anybody was going to mention him. He actually might be in my biggest lineup.
Yeah, no one's playing Aaron Rodgers, and for good reason. I get it. Like, who is his stacking options, et cetera, et cetera. But at the same time, the matchup, Minnesota. Again, I'm chasing Minnesota the entire year. You can play people against the Jets, the Lions. I don't care. Who's Minnesota playing, and why am I playing that quarterback on the opposite side? That's literally strategy.
He owns Minnesota.
He owns Chicago, sir.
He owns both.
Well,
Big facts.
He said that he owned Chicago last year.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to say that for Minnesota this year too. And then he said that for Detroit like 7 years ago. So apparently he just owns the entire NFC North, which he kind of has.
Against the Vikings, he's 16-10-1.
Is it 16-10-1?
That's his record against the Vikings.
Okay, he semi owns them.
Yeah, semi. 16 wins is still pretty damn good.
But I agree with you, Sully. And if a certain wide receiver gets rolled in on Sunday, that's going to be one of my main stacks. But we'll get there. Go ahead, sir.
Cool. Let's head over to the running back position and welcome back CMC. When he's healthy, all he does is drop bombs. Even without scoring touchdowns, the man is a 20-point plus player on DraftKings and a full PPR site. Fanduel is a little different, but he does get a decent matchup against the Browns. They were 15th against the run last year. But it's not his running ability. It's his everything ability. So anytime this man touches the ball, even though he's probably going to be the highest owned running back on the slate, and for good reason, people are anxious to play CMC. People are anxious to get back in the Jonathan Taylor train. On the road against Houston, Houston's still a extremely soft matchup, regardless if they're at home, on the road, or on the moon. It doesn't really matter. But those are going to be the two kind of centerpieces to most people's lineups. And I feel that this is, if you're going to get different on any week, it is week 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this happens to be week 1. So, albeit a lot of people are coming off their redraft leagues where they were picking in the top half of their drafts, these are the guys they want to see play because they're on their respective fantasy teams. In the tournament environment, I don't know if it's going to be the right move. So, Chill, I'll go to you to start with running backs. Are you jamming in some CMC and some JT, or are you looking to go somewhere else at the running back position?
I mean, because it's week 1. We went over this before. Pricing is soft on both sites, so you could definitely play one if you want to. Again, don't overthink it. I mean, these guys are pretty good, and they're going to be high owned for a reason. And then I think what you'll have in between those two is if you want to play, because like on DK, Saquon Barkley's price is really affordable. If you want to go that route, I understand the Giants' offense might not be the greatest thing, but when he was healthy last year, he was starting to come back true to form. So you got that. I mean, there's a couple other running backs I do like this week. If I like a couple of the Eagles plays, I'm probably running it back with DeAndre Swift, who's he's not going to be as high owned as the other couple guys I mentioned, but he'll be up there in terms of ownership. So I like Swift. And then I think another guy I'll be looking at who might be a lot lower owned than what I might think here might be Alvin Kamara. As far as I know, Atlanta still can't cover running backs, and their defense is terrible. Like, if you're following the Vikings, we probably should be following the Falcons as well. So that'd be another interesting take I'm going to be looking at here as well.
Oh, I definitely like those plays, and we can't sit here and pretend like Alvin Kamara is not playing the damn Atlanta Falcons, okay? So I am 100% on board with Alvin Kamara this week. So again, we talk about tournament building strategy, and I'll kick it to Studer with his running back takes here in a second. But ways to get different if these players are in a similar median projection for points. So let's say for week 1, you're looking at Joe Mixon, Austin Eckler, King Henry, Jonathan Taylor, CMC. You want to differentiate your lineups, take those 2 to 3 highest owned plays out, and just play the next 2 or 3. So, well, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like Vegas was a stout run defense because they were sauce. We just heard from Studer saying that this Chargers offense is going to be borderline electric. We know what Justin Herbert can do against this team. However, if Justin Herbert's going to be owned, which he should be, why are we not just going to jam in Austin Eckler? Why are we not going to put in the late game hammer king against the Giants, as in King Henry? I can project a similar projection for King Henry and JT at half the ownership. So why am I just not going to play Derrick Henry? Why am I just going to play Austin Eckler instead? So again, for cash games, if you're a punk, you can go ahead and play these guys. Not saying Jonathan Taylor and CMC cannot end your day at 1 o'clock, because they certainly can. But if you survive that storm and you got that hammer, that King Henry, that Austin Eckler hammer at 4 o'clock, I think you might be sitting pretty. Studer, hit me with some running back takes.
Real quick before that, so apparently I'm a pussy and a punk because your boy plays cash games. So that's for another day. But since this is the GPP show, in all my GPP lineups, I'm actually fading the top 3. All of them. Jonathan Taylor, Henry, and CMC. And I'm going to go to, like you said, the very next 3, minus Dalvin Cook. So I'm going to go to Austin Eckler, Alvin Kamara, and Joe Mixon. Like, I agree with Chill. I think Alvin Kamara might actually be my favorite play on the slate. He's going to come actually like low ownership. Because, like you said, everybody wants to play Christian McCaffrey because nobody's playing him they played him like 10 times in 2 years. Everybody wants King Henry at home. Everybody wants Jonathan Taylor. They want to see their first round picks go off. Nobody's talking about Alvin Kamara like at all. And he's going against the Falcons. I agree with what you said about Austin Eckler. The Chargers, again, their offense just puts up points. So why not play Austin Eckler at running back, which I feel he's going to have lower ownership than Jonathan Taylor and CMC. And Joe Mixon. I mean, everybody still looks at Pittsburgh's defense like, oh, it's Pittsburgh's defense. But I think last year, I don't have it off the top of my head, I think he went for $150 or $160 and 2 touchdowns in one game versus Pittsburgh and literally went off. So I'm not actually scared of Pittsburgh's run defense. So I think Joe Mixon is going to be, I don't know, I'm going to guess sub 7%, 5%. So, I mean, at home, give me Joe Mixon versus them. I also like the likes of Aaron Jones. Now, my biggest conundrum, and I have one more take after Aaron Jones, but I want to kick it to you guys with this question. How do you value Green Bay's backfield this week and going forward? Like, I love Aaron Jones. Minnesota's run defense is absolutely disgusting. Like, disgusting. I mean, like you said, so like everything about Minnesota's defense is disgusting. But their they have no interior defensive players. Mm-hmm. So I kind of like Aaron Jones in a game where they would be trailing, or if not close. But I think this could possibly be an AJ Dillon game. And as I scroll down and scroll down and scroll down, AJ Dillon is $6,100 on Fanduel, and that's just that's one that just glaringly just showed like I can't get off that. And then we'll save the hot takes for Saturday, but my GPP take, I think this year Sammy Watkins in the running back form is Kenyon Drake. Like, dude, they're going against the Jets. He's 5,700. He's gonna get the majority of the carries because Mike Davis sucks at football. I'll admit it this year. But like, I think Kenyon Drake could possibly have just one bomb ass game and then just gone. See ya, bye. So yeah, that's kind of.
Well, I guess I'll kick it to the resident Vikings fan about how he feels about Green Bay's backfield, seeing he's got the matchup, and he can hit me with his running back takes as well.
Who are you talking to?
My son.
Can't stand
Go on, kid. Go get him.
Booyaka, booyaka.
You gotta say, like, go get him, champ.
Go get him, champ.
I mean, as much as I love Dalvin Cook, I'm kind of off of him. I can't wait to see what ownership comes in on him.
You off of Dalvin Cook?
I mean,
what?
I just think it's a tougher matchup for him, and if I end up on Dalvin Cook, it'll most likely just be a late swap for me. If I'm being honest, just that player that nobody's playing. I don't think he's going to be a part of my core teams though. But you asked the question, who is Kyler throwing the ball to? We saw down the stretch of the season, James Conner was also getting involved heavily in the passing game. On top of his just insane touchdown rate that he was on, like he was catching 4 or 5 passes a game. So James Conner absolutely has to be in play this week, in my humble opinion. I also agree with Studer's take in Aaron Jones or AJ Dillon, or you could take the old school Baker approach and play both of them together and just, hope that every touchdown comes from running backs.
Or just play Aaron Rodgers too and say bleep it.
Mm-hmm. You're not wrong. But I think one of the people that I'm most intrigued by is Travis Iantini.
Shout out.
Travis Etienne in this Washington game. Like, this Washington-Jacksonville game is definitely not a game that I want a lot of, but I could see it being, quote unquote, a sneaky shootout. We need to make a drinking game out of that, by the way.
I like to say sober during my podcast, so I'm good on the whole SS.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it.
But yeah, I mean, if the usage in the preseason is going to predict anything for the future when it comes to Travis, I almost called him Iantini again, Etienne, is that this guy is going to be used heavily in the pass game, heavily in the run game. He's not coming off the field unless he's just dead. So this Washington's defense can be had in a handful of different ways. Yes, they are stout up front, with their 27 defensive linemen that they have drafted in the first round the last 3 years. But obviously, Chase Young still dealing with injuries from last year. They still have a bunch of other good players, but they can be susceptible, especially in the pass catching running back. So Travis Iantini, I definitely like. And if there's ever a year that Clyde Edwards-Helaire can finally get something done in Kansas City,
God.
he has no competition. He has zero competition as far as touches in that backfield. It should be his backfield. And once again, a high-scoring game. A sneaky piece of that game is Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Wait, hold on, real quick. No competition?
I didn't stutter.
So the guy who had more touches than him in a playoff game last year, Jerick McKinnon, no?
So somehow we're going to automatically think that Jerick McKinnon, who's been nothing his entire career besides injured, is all of a sudden something?
I didn't say he's something, but I say that he's competing for dude, in a playoff game, in an AFC Championship game, when all your chips are on the table and it's the most important time, he got the touches. So how does he not have competition? You literally said no competition for touches.
And I stick with that. And I stick by that. And if it's the same Jerick McKinnon that in the preseason when Pat Mahomes is on the field is running with the third team. So you tell me that somebody who in the preseason, which is an outlier for what I literally was just describing with Travis Etienne, it is your dress rehearsal. Who's out there with Pat Mahomes all the time? It was literally 90% Clyde Edwards, 10% Isaiah Pacheco, and zero Jerick McKinnon.
So what you're telling the listeners is you're going to take more away from a preseason game than an AFC Championship game. Got it.
I'm looking at this season. Yes, last year can be indicative of things to come in the future, but I'm also looking at what I've seen so far this year.
I mean, I agree. I think it's going to be an RBBC, but I just for you to say just zero, no competition in the backfield.
I believe that at the beginning of the season, Clyde Edwards is going to get every opportunity to prove that he is the guy.
Fair enough. Sully, can I say one more thing real quick?
Yes, Miles Sanders plays Detroit.
It's going to be real quick. Are we all on board? Wait, what do you say?
Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders. It's the year of Miles Sanders.
Dude, Sully, we're going to talk about that off air.
Let's go.
We don't have enough time on air for y'all to talk about that crap.
We can make a whole episode about Miles Sanders.
Yes, we can. Real quick, are we all on board with fading who is right now, hands down, the chalkiest running back on the slate? Dameon Pierce?
Who says he's chalk?
Who says he's chalk? Yeah.
That dude is coming in at not even 2%.
I got 3% on my site.
I have no own percentages, period.
I thought he's going to be super chalk.
Ain't nobody playing that much.
No,
He's a great redraft candidate because they cut Marlon Mack, et cetera, but
he has the most helium out of any running back right now. Like that's all everybody's doing is just talking about Dameon Pierce, and he's 5,600 on Fanduel and 4,800 on DraftKings.
Nobody's playing.
He wasn't a thought.
Yeah, no one's playing him. They're going to be down by 14 in the blink of an eye, so he's going to get scripted out in the first quarter.
The chalk du jour is Jonathan Taylor, period, point blank. If you say anybody's more owned, stop.
I think Saquon will get more owned based on
Jonathan
price.
Taylor?
Yeah, based on price.
Oh, yeah, based on price, it'll be Saquon, CMC, and JT, for sure. Those are your three.
CMC.
Yep, those are your three. Let's hit up wide receivers. As bad as everybody wants to play Justin Jefferson, caution. He is facing one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Am I wrong? Am I wrong in saying that?
You're not wrong.
So, I mean, coming in as the highest projected owned player, or receiver, I should say, caution should be thrown towards Justin Jefferson.
What percentage do you have him at right now?
20.
Wow.
He is not even at 10% on this site.
Wow.
Are you looking at DraftKings or FanDuel?
DraftKings.
On FanDuel, he's coming in at a cool 20%. Regardless if it's between 13 and 20-something, it's still a little high, given the matchup. I get his talent. I get his excellence. But this could be a matchup where you throw a little caution. Michael Pittman Jr. is without question on DraftKings going to be the chalkiest wide receiver, right? He's mispriced. He's mispriced.
It's going to be Rondale Moore.
Well, minus Rondale Moore. But Michael Pittman Jr. is mispriced. Let's be honest here.
Agreed.
So,
yeah,
question
5,500 against the Houston Texans. No way. Just why?
So I got a question then.
Sure.
If JT's chalk, Michael Pittman's chalk, do you just play Matt Ryan with all three of them?
Nah, man, you play Mo Alley Cox.
Yeah, you just play Matt Ryan, Mo Alley Cox.
I mean, you could do the Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman, and Colts defense stack.
Just eat all the chalk.
Literally. I mean, if you want to go chalk, just go ahead, Chili, say it.
Yeah, just slam in 3 Colts. You're right.
Dude, you need it, man. You just gotta just dive on into some chalk.
Lord Jesus, that sounds disgusting.
Dive on in.
Bro, you need chalk. Like, don't get it twisted. You need chalk in your lineup to win.
I'm
Absolutely.
not saying you don't, but that much. Yeah.
Hey, listen, on DraftKings, I'm playing Michael Pittman Jr. I don't give a damn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I'll be a chalk donkey for that because that price is freaking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that,
his price makes him almost the obligatory free square, for fuck's sake.
Seriously, what does he have to do at 5,500?
I mean,
7 for 60 and a touch.
I was
gone.
about to say,
Which
what,
is-
15, 17 points, and he meets value?
I'll say,
You
which is
could-
first quarter.
You
So.
could just get weird and play Juju at less the ownership.
Chill. Shh.
Hey, listen,
Yeah,
Patrick
we are on
Mahomes came out and said today that he apologizes to his fantasy owners because there will be no true number 1 wide receiver on this team.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've
Okay.
heard
So when Mikael Hardman is your number 1 scoring receiver on the Chiefs on Sunday, don't at me.
Let's go, Sully. Let's go.
He's not. We've had years of Mecole Hardman. The dude's bad at football.
Listen, run straight.
Battle.
He's bad. He's bad
Run
at
straight
football.
and fast. That's all I need you to do, okay? If I'm building Pat Mahomes stacks on Sunday, you best believe Mikael Hardman is going to be one of those wide receivers.
He's bad at football.
I don't give a damn if he's bad. Opportunity over talent, bro. And you know this.
Then you play Sky Moore.
Dude, he's a giant question mark. I'm good.
You play Sky Moore
He's
over Mecole Hardman.
Fourth wide receiver, gross.
Sully, I'm with you on Mecole Hardman, dude. Let's roll. Let's go.
Chili, I will take Sky Moore versus Mikael Hardman on Sunday.
Oh, I'll double down on
Book
that.
it.
Book it.
Anyway, Studer, I'll start with your wide receiver takes. Hit me with some of the guys you're going to be targeting this week.
I actually am surprised you led with what you led with because that's the first place I was going to go was I'm playing so much Adam Thielen this week. It's going to be disgusting. I actually saw in the last 3 years, Adam Thielen is third in the NFL in receiving touchdowns, behind Devontae Adams, and I forget who the other one was. But yeah, last time, the only time Justin Jefferson faced my boy last year, the first matchup he was out. When they played him in January, Justin Jefferson had 11 targets, but only 6 catches for 58 yards. So, going off of what you
while you're
said,
tooting your horn, don't forget that he was also playing with a backup quarterback that game.
okay,
I'm just stating facts, homie.
Okay, we'll see.
11 targets.
Yeah,
Not all targets are created equal, okay?
But
fair.
I'm with you, Sully, on it's Adam, like Chili alluded to earlier, man. Like the prices in week 1 are so soft. That's why I love attacking week 1. Love attacking week 1, because if you do your due diligence and research before, you can have a profitable opening week to the season. So I have a lot of Adam Thielen. I mean, how chalky, like you said, is Michael Pittman going to be? Keenan Allen is right there at 7,400 too, right above him. Are we going to just? I mean, I know I talked about Joe Mixon, but are we just not like? I like Jamar Chase, man. Like the Bengals at home, I think Jamar Chase can come in lower owned. I think
he's third highest on this.
Behind who? Devontae Adams?
He's behind Rondale Moore and Marquise Brown.
Not freaking Marquise Brown.
You talk about both on the same
both Arizona wide receivers, according to Fantasy Guru, are going to be the top 2 projected highest owned wide receivers as of now on Draftkings, because they're both cheap.
Wow.
Keep in mind, this is 10 o'clock on a Wednesday.
And this definitely could change.
Another one I love Juju too, man. Like I love Juju and Mecole Hardman, because I think that the Chiefs are going to have a true running back by committee, and they're just going to tell Mahomes just to go out there and just let it rip, man. So, other than that, my wide receiver pools really well. I mean, if Alan Lazard plays, he's going to be one of my major plays too.
Sammy Watkins.
I mean, I'm not gonna argue Sammy Watkins. I knew all about Sammy Watkins 2 years ago.
Do it.
2 cheap ones I'll throw out, and then you guys can have the rest. Christian Kirk versus Washington. I mean, they paid the man a lot of money, and they're gonna want to prove it early in the season why they did. So I actually really like Christian Kirk versus Washington. And my dark horse play is going to be Chase Claypool versus Cincinnati.
You pronounce George Pickens wrong.
I'll take that bet any day.
I gotta see what that offense looks like.
Yeah, so
you're gonna see, Chill, because I already put my daily doll hero Mitchell Trubisky.
Yes.
I am spending a hard American dollar on Mitchell Trubisky stacks on Sunday. Believe it.
Well, Sully, if you stack him with Chase Claypool, then
it's the Muth getting loof, okay? And I'm not even at tight ends, but the Muth is gonna get loof this week.
Okay.
Baker, what dubs? Wide receivers, hit me.
Well, obviously, as the Justin Jefferson, fan club president, I would be remiss in not saying Justin Jefferson. Okay, past that now. I love Big Mike this week. Like we talk about these Chargers, we talk about Justin Herbert, and Big Mike. You want to talk about somebody who just got paid? He just got paid, and I think he's going to be a huge part of this offense this year. So I am absolutely in love with Mike Williams this opening week. We didn't really talk about the quarterback when it came to the other revenge game because of the fact that Sully didn't want to talk about it. But
the actor, I'm with Dejan. I don't talk about the actor on this podcast.
I mean, that's fine. We don't have to talk about the actor, but I will talk about one of his pass catchers and DJ Moore. Like the dude is just like he's the modicum of consistency, and that
how many touchdowns did he have last year?
Like half of half of a touchdown.
DJ Moore?
Yes.
Half?
Yeah, half.
And that's the model of consistency.
Hey,
huh?
he's consistent with not scoring touchdowns.
I just want to make sure.
He
I'm
consistently.
pretty sure he scored touchdowns the year before. That would make him consistent, but continue.
Anyway, chill, you jackass. This is the best quarterback he's ever had. Like, the Browns' defense is stout. They have they have cornerbacks for days in, Ward and Newman.
He played with Cam Newton, right?
I'm sticking with my statement. Baker Mayfield's the best quarterback that DJ Moore's played with.
Better than Cam Newton? Okay.
At that point in his career, absolutely.
No. You said he's better.
At that point in his career, he's absolutely better.
Continue on.
He's absolutely better. Chill. We're going to fight for the season's over. We are 100% fighting for the season's over.
Cam Newton now is better than the actor now.
Stop it. You shut your damn mouth. And Studer, to your Jamar Chase take, when it comes to, the Cincinnati Bengals wide receivers, flip a coin, whichever one it lands on, that's the one that could potentially go up that week. One of them might go off. Good luck guessing it. As we saw down the stretch of last season, it was Jamar, it was T. It was never together. It was like DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. They don't go off together.
Unless Geno Smith is playing.
Thank you.
God,
Geno loves him some DK, and that's why I'm actually decently high on DK this year.
Well, we're not talking about just DK. We're talking about them going off together. Like, they don't go off together.
They did with Geno Smith. I'm just saying.
But
and guess who's the quarterback on Monday, Baker?
I hate you for that.
Geno! You already lost the bet, sucker.
I did lose that bet. I am down 1-0 to you right now,
sucker.
But don't worry, I'll tie it up with Justin Jefferson shitting on Steph Diggs. Anyway, moving on. The last person I will say, when it comes to potential and criminally underpriced, we know what this dude was at the top of his game 2 years ago. I understand it is 2 years ago, so on and so forth. Don't at me, Studer, for saying 2 years ago, for fuck's sake. But Michael Thomas at 5,700 might be the lowest you get him all season.
Oh my God. You go ahead and play a guy who doesn't care about football. I'm done talking about Michael Thomas.
Listen, all I'm saying is that you want to go to somebody that's in their prime. I'm talking due to injuries. We got flashback AJ Green available, guys. I mean, like, come on, man. Like, we're really not going to talk about playing AJ Green? Like, come on, man.
Knock it off.
Fine. All right, chill. Receivers, then we'll jump into tight end for like 2 seconds and defense for less than that.
I mean, these guys mostly covered it. I mean, I wouldn't, again, if I like the Hurt business this week, he does have a GAM at wide receiver. He's got A.J. Brown. I mean, A.J. Brown's going to come in as one of the more higher-owned wide receivers. But again, I do like A.J. Brown this week going up against the Lions.
Just so y'all know, GAM stands for grown-ass man if you're new.
Thank you, Baker. And then as we're kind of going through this, I mean, I really believe, I think the Chargers are going to be the forgotten team in that 4 o'clock window.
I'm telling you, man, play all the Chargers you can find. Play them all. Just play them all.
I really do believe that. I believe Keenan Allen's going to stay pretty low owned. I think Mike Williams is going to stay pretty low owned. You guys already touched base on Eckler. I think Herbert, when it's all said and done, will probably be the most lowest owned quarterback, out of the popular ones at least. So again, A.J. Brown, these guys mentioned Justin Jefferson. I think Jefferson's ownership is going to be a lot lower than people give it credit for. So I do like me some Justin Jefferson this week. And if we're kind of looking down here, truthfully, if you want to dart throw it, and if you want to spend down on a wide receiver that nobody's going to own, it'd probably be Jahan Dotson for Washington. I mean, he is the second wide receiver on that, going up against Jacksonville, who does not have a good secondary. So it's definitely worth a look.
Chili, yeah. Allow me to interrupt you real quick.
Also, if you want the guy who runs straight in Kansas City, it's not Mecole Hardman, it's MVS. But continue.
Who's the quarterback for the Commanders?
Dude, it's Carson Wentz, and we know.
Okay.
He's the guy. He did make. He made Michael Pittman look relevant.
Yeah. That was the wide receiver 1. Who was his wide receiver 2 last year?
For are you talking?
I'm talking about the awful tower. in Paris Campbell.
Dude,
He
that
showed
might
up
be
like twice.
that's the ultimate pivot move, isn't it? Just play Paris Campbell. Because Matt Ryan's actually going to spread the ball around and not just focus in on one guy.
I'm just not playing John Dawson, dog. I'm just not doing it.
I mean, if you need to save money somewhere, I mean, do you want to play Wandale Robinson at that point?
Yeah, he's going to be chalky. I mean, Kadarius Toney's not expensive either. He's 4,100, right? Like, come on, man.
Kadarius Toney, I think, will get more chalkier as we get into Saturday.
Absolutely. All right, tight ends. Hit me with one tight end you're playing because I don't want to spend like any time at this stupid position.
Travis Kelce, moving on.
Chill. Wait a second. Is it time to? It might be time because I mean, when a tight end gets to this point of his career,
bro, right?
He might be headed to a certain bus you and I like to drive.
Oh yeah, God.
Baker's got a lot of guys on that bus.
Oh my God.
Regression season is upon us when it comes to Travis Kelce, man.
I am so sick of this damn bus.
You got to remember, he's not the number one wide receiver per Pat Mahomes.
Per Pat Mahomes. Boots on the ground.
I am so sick of this damn bus.
I mean, so I think you and I can take a team vote here on the dust bus real quick, not to diverge here. But Zeke's driving the bus, right?
Not even close. You shut
yes!
No.
Okay.
No.
So, I mean,
quit hating.
Because we're looking to drop him off at Tony Pollard's house, right?
I am so glad Zeke is not on the main slate because I would just be bashing him the entire time.
Well, don't get it twisted. With this week, with their matchup this week, I wouldn't play him my damn self. But you will shut your fucking mouth about Ezekiel being on the dust bus by the end of the season. Bet.
Probably not. If I had to pick one tight end this week, I'd probably go Darren Waller just based on price.
Really? Off air, you were screaming the praises of Kyle Pitts, and you want to bring his ass up now. You want to bring up a guy that literally does not want to play football for the freaking Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh, I mean,
okay, you better sing the praises from high hell and back about Kyle Pitts right now.
With a $300 difference, really? Like, it's a $300 difference on DraftKings. I mean, that makes a huge difference.
$300 does make a huge difference.
Chili's playing Kyle Pitts. Don't let the listeners don't leave them.
I'm allowed to play more than just one tight end.
Wow. I know. I just wanted to.
And you only said provide one.
I mean, provide one, but why'd you have to give them freaking Waller?
Because I feel like I feel like a lot of people would just play Kyle Pitts as well.
Studer,
especially on FanDuel, dude.
I'm gonna make this real. I'm gonna make this real simple. Over the last 2 years, when we got to tight ends, my answer was what Baker said now, which was Travis Kelce. From now until the end of the season, it's Kyle Pitts. I have no other take.
Kyle Pitts, there it is.
I mean, let's just be real. The true answer, we're all wrong, and it's just play Mark Andrews, right?
Even on his bye week, I'm going to tell you to play Kyle Pitts.
Saying Mark Andrews it probably is the correct answer.
I mean, it's never the wrong answer.
If I had a backup tight end, it would be Dallas Goedert. Actually, you know what? There you go, Sully. My every week is it's Kyle Pitts and Dallas Goedert. Moving on. I'm done. Dude,
Dallas Goedert is 4,500 on DraftKings, bro. That's a pretty solid price.
Thank you.
That's pretty solid.
When we talk about stacks on Saturday, I'm not gonna say it, but I'm probably gonna say it.
Great, excellent. I already said mine. It's the Muth. The Muth will get Luth on the Bengals this Sunday. Believe it. Defenses. Why do we have to talk about the Commanders being chalk?
That sounds disgusting.
Well, it's true.
Lord Jesus, let that be the case.
I honestly thought, Sully, was that you? We did this a couple times last year. I know we don't like paying up for defense, but like those random days where you just pay up for a defense because nobody wants to pay a high price. Like, my God, do the Bears fucking suck? And like the 49ers, no.
I mean, that's fair. 49ers, if you want to pay up to be contrarian, the 49ers are just kind of sitting there waiting for you. And so is
really
Justin Fields waiting to get sacked.
You're not
Dude,
wrong.
Justin Fields, he only played the most, like 1 or 2 quarters. Like, they say he faced the most pressure in the preseason out of any quarterback, and he only played 25% of the time. My God, is the Bears' offense? Oh God, dude, it's so bad.
Nah, man, the Bears are going to be great. Matt Nagy's gone. That's Baker.
I mean, they will be better this year than they were
No,
last
no,
year. Don't get it twisted,
Ask
Joe.
him. Ask him.
Do
Ask
not
him.
get it
Ask
twisted.
him.
They
Nah,
will be
man.
better.
Ask him.
They're going to be fantastic. That
They
Pat
will.
Mahomes guy is going to suffer.
Pat Mahomes is good. Like, this is going to be the worst year of Pat Mahomes' career. Bet.
And they still win their division, maybe?
You shut
mean,
your mouth.
I mean, they are winning that division, Sully. Sorry.
Shut up.
I mean, I don't have them winning that division, but they could win the division.
I mean, Sully has a receipt from me saying that the Chiefs won that division.
I do have said receipt.
Let's ride.
Yes. There it is. Broncos Nation. Let's
Let's
ride.
But in terms of defenses, I think Studer's right. It's probably just play the 49ers or even the Colts at that point. Or do you just play the Dolphins defense?
I mean, I was with you with the Dolphins defense. That price is nice. And I saw what they did last year against New England. That last game, I think week 16 or 17, they tore their asses apart.
Or do we just play our beloved Browns defense against the paid actor?
I was just about to say, just play the Browns defense against the actor.
I was also just gonna say, dude, like I was chill. I was literally saying, I was talking to Dejan a couple of days ago on the phone. I'm like, as the fucking original Baker basher, if you want to say that, like the person who's despised Baker Mayfield since his existence. Yes, since his existence. I am balls deep in the Browns defense this week. Like, fuck him. Sorry.
Also,
That's it. Fuck him.
Also, if you really want to get weird, you could literally be the only person on the planet. Just play the Packers defense because their defense is actually good.
Like, I just want to get my 10 sacks from Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney.
Jadavius?
Yeah. Jadavius.
Okay, fair. All right, before we wrap it up with one bold call for Sunday's slate. Now, each position is one bold call. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you download us, put us in your pocket, take us to go. Definitely appreciate you guys joining us for the first show of the year, DFS related. So I'm pumped. I know you guys are pumped too. So chill. Hit me with one bold call for the week. What bold is gonna happen this week?
One bold call. All right. I'm just gonna go. I'll just go with this one, man. The Hurt Business will be the highest scoring quarterback on the slate.
Oh,
I like that.
The Hurt Business. Highest scoring QB on the slate. I like that call. Definitely the matchup is right. I like that. Baker, hit me with something bold. What is going to be bold? What is the one thing that somebody needs in their lineup to take down a GPP this week? Hit me with something bold.
I'm going to hit you with a little bit of Aaron Jones, my friend. 10 catches and 2 touchdowns.
Aaron Jones on the receiving end, making him a Draftkings staple. 10 catches. You need Aaron Jones this week. I like it. Studer, something bold for this week.
I'm going to be that guy to talk about the position that nobody cares about. And I just said it 10 seconds ago. The Browns defense is having 10 sacks or double-digit sacks and a pick six. Double-digit sacks and a pick six.
There ain't no doubt about that.
Wow.
I like it. I'm not going to lie. I like it. My bold call is I'm going to get boring. I'm going to get truly boring here. I think that hammer is going to rain down on the slate on Sunday. And tied with the most points on the slate, you need one or both of them in your lineup. King Henry and Austin Eckler will surpass 30 plus DraftKings points on Sunday. Both for M.
I don't mind that.
Saying, man, that hammer is going to come down. It's going to come down hard. If we survive 1 o'clock and CMC has an okay day between like 15 and 22 points, JT does okay between 15 and 22 points, that hammer from those big boys at night. And obviously you said, Aaron Jones, one of them. So if your bowl call comes, it's coming down to that hammer on that 4 o'clock slate. Let's just say if you don't have any PMR left, you might as well just go ahead and pack it in.
Yeah, Milmir's coming down and putting you to bed.
Yeah, absolutely. If your team is doing ho-hum at 1 o'clock and you think these 4 o'clock games ain't going to do nothing, you lost. You lost. That hammer is going to hit, and it's going to hit hard. Guys, I think it's about that time. Thanks for joining us tonight. I think we're going to go ahead and close up the shop. And Chill, you know what to do. Turn off the grills, get out the mop bucket.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's nice to actually close with a crew.
Yeah, this will be a quick close tonight. This will be a quick close. We got a whole crew. So having said that, we'll go ahead and close up shop. And I'll see you all at the top. Thanks for listening. Peace!